Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position. Huh?
Sarcastic self-pity is not what we need at this moment. I understand the situation looks...
You have a home somewhere. All cops do. When this is done, you can...
Мы тут пришли. Ой. Это, по-моему, она самая. Это, по-моему, та самая грустная песня, которая мне была нужна.
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you.
In this yard?
He's assessing the situation.
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscure for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago. Practically, it's not an official term in many ways, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drums. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house. Yes, and you picked it up as part of the Jamrock shuffle.
It's not meant as nagging, just an obstacle.
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into the urban...
There's no way to listen to the tape. A pawn shop would have it. The worn map features
Yoink.
Hello, mister.
she clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
My mom's outside, and I don't really know about my dad. It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you make up for the skewer you broke.
I don't know. Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
Все равно вы уже взяли.
Oh, I had gloves.
Where did you get this glove?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek in an empty house where no one lived.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
We are going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good. It's Lammy! He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several.
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy. It's
Lambie is a...
Yes. Very soft. Isn't he soft? Bye!
has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good.
Техника. Йоу, техника 2. У. Бум. Можно что-то пойти потехничить.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions. The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your You really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Hello, mister. Bye.
Я хотел спасибо сказать, ну ладно.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than the other one, looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth. The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something.
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. The rock kicker was just being shy.
You're bad with kids. Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here.
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't look like he knows what that means. The kids don't reply. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone.
Hey, tequila! Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation? So what's happening? Yeah, tequila sunset. How are the,
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the fourth.
Я тебе в Steam уже потусил и так и назвался, да?
It's good to hear that you're on top of things. Talking about used to, did you know that I used to be a real mover and shaker? Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
We are saving the...
Please! Please don't go! Don't go!
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity. So now, it's a pirate's life from... It's you. We've met before.
No, you sure don't.
Maybe. You look like you want to know how tequila... Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth. Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop and... You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer. And that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
It is. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
Hey, man, I'm not judging. This life's a valley of woes. Some of the highest concept people in history have killed themselves. Either way, it was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, got our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
Бля. Он сейчас говорит абсолютно вообще адекватно и, как сказать, связанно. Если бы все алкоголики были такими, как он, мир был бы лучше намного. Ну, у него, мне кажется, уже толерантность. Он выпивает, ну, как бы... местами это бред, но в целом он очень ровненько говорит. И местами даже очень глубоко задвигает.
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza.
Do you remember the sound of wood
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in. Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the
А это
jetty.
они с нами там бухали?
Never underestimate the
У
speed
этого,
of an
пока
alcoholic.
тонула штука.
What we saw was a sight to behold. A
Один-
beat-up police carriage.
Один из них это ее муж? Этой?
Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs.
Муж той, которая была чуиха у магазина книг. Левой, наверное, фуражки. Или тот, что лежит в трубе, фиг знает.
The time hath come. So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath... The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things. Your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the... We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late. Recognizing a brother in need We offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on. Yeah, I agree. Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Abigail.
Это, наверное, он про Абигейль говорит, нет? Я просто не помню, как ее звали. По-моему, у нее вообще она не представлялась мне, по-моему. Кстати, к слову, я с этого квеста угорал вначале. Просто такой мужик подходит, стоишь, читаешь книжку, просто подходит, у вас муж не потерялся. Чё, какой муж, блядь, отъебись от меня. А ребенок у вас, ребенок не потерялся случаем. О, он такой приходит через пару минут. Ой, нашел вашего мужа. В смысле нашли вашего мужа? Вон он стоит, бухает. То есть вы намекаете, что у меня муж алкоголик просто потому, что я пролетарка? Сука, охуенные диалоги. И ведь он прав оказался. Она действительно потеряла мужа. Видишь, это полицейская чуйка.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit. Beside your gun and your badge, you said something about your hope or heart or something. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Бля, мне нравится этот персонаж. Я не знаю, я смотрю на этот, как его, на иконку. Она, конечно, отдаленно совершенно похожа на то, о чем я думаю, но мне почему-то в голову приходит Макгрегор. Конор Макгрегор.
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style. No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show. Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Yeah, you seemed really mad about immigrants for some reason. I'd rather not get into the details. It was pretty low concept. You kept apologizing for being such a bad cop and for the damage you inflicted on everyone around you. You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid." It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs. Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum. It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
You might get scammed here.
Booze. Did you already forget our party? The thing I relayed to you earlier. So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
Бля, может и... Ладно, хуй с ним. Я хотел просто выпить сперва, а потом отдать. Да хуй с ним. Ладно, не будем жениться.
Classy.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Don't call Abigail.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George. But around here, you already know. I was once a
Надо было
reasonably
все-таки ему
high net
представиться
worth
нормальным именем, когда было время. Вариант.
founder slash junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator.
Я квест хотел сделать.
Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff.
Там квест был. Выпить. Я думал его выполнить потом, когда будет вариант, типа, где нужно будет выпить, чтобы физ статы поднять. А тут, видишь, бутылку надо отдать, поэтому я думал, может, надо выпить и потом отдать разочек. Ну, думаю, хер с ним.
I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane. 22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, I felt like I... But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit. One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jank.
His eyes are clouded. His dilated blood vessels, his eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see? At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
No, you don't.
Whatever. The point is, reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in the mud, so I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key. I wish I were Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did, people are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best. Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The
На самом...
company, well, you see where I'm going.
На самом деле это очень зашкварно. То есть как бы он не просто типа, не знаю, ну, блядь, ключи потерял. Просто, я не знаю, сделали, ну я понимаю, что как бы просто так не делают. Но как бы, блядь, если у тебя есть какие-то доказательства, что там, что это твоя квартира, еще что-то, то есть коллеги, которые могут подтвердить, блядь, просто сделал новый ключ и все. Как бы вот к тому, что, блядь, стать бомжом, потому что просто ключ потерял, не можешь войти домой, это очень странно. Вот я просто ключ случайно потерял на улице и все, и взял и пошел, просто начал бомжевать. Я надеюсь, у него что-то изменится в лучшую сторону.
So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
Да.
Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time.
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me. So they tossed me in jail. I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen.
Да. Да, ты зашкварен. И я тоже с тобой за компанию, потому что я тоже не могу это доказать никак.
Me neither, Tequila. When I lost my keys, I lost more than access to my apartment. I also lost my leverage over humanity. You can't imagine what that does to a man's confidence. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one. Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly... I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two My agency. Man. The Boom Boom Room. Our concept was combining high art with the lowest forms of market. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. The artists were happy. I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic language. But
if it sounds like it makes no sense, that's because it doesn't.
I know! It was fucking awesome! Too bad I went on a jog, unleashing a cascade of doom that washed it all away. What? You've never seen 100% Lycra before? Pretty nice, huh? This might be one of the last of its kind. Should probably be in a museum, honestly.
Бля, вот бы Кубал мне квест выдал ему помочь, я бы, блядь, помог. Это было бы приоритетнее, чем разобраться с трупом. И узнать, кто убийца.
Good God. It's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. you feel about 15% less human for having time. Randomized trials have also found Lycra, TM, to be associated with a number of exotic, highly malignant cancers, so you also have that to look forward to. And then there's the smell.
Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're right next to the bay. You could wash them any time. My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics?
Hey, tequila! You wanna...
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
Don't call Abigail.
And this is Ash.
Все, мне кажется, муж это
So
вот
yeah,
этот муж.
that's basically us.
Мне кажется,
We drink together.
очевидно он.
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my lead. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila? If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it. I'm all ears, Tequila. What's in a...
Hey, Spot.
Don't call.
Shut up, guy. I was once a reasonably high... So you don't want to just hear the same story again? Okay.
Пардон, я просто проверял. Я просто проверял диалоги, не обижайся.
I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift. Cottonmouth is keeping my tongue imprisoned. You too.
Don't call Abigail.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunk.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail.
Right. You might have found one person who doesn't know you are below, given how drunk he is.
Abigail. Oh, Abigail. Uh-huh. Abigail. Don't you fucking call
You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk. The man hiccups, then mumbles something.
Don't call Abigail.
He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail.
There's no use in yelling at drunks.
The drunk man.
Don't you fucking call her. Hear me? Abigail? Don't call.
There was little chance he'd be a reliable.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy? So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine. See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture. You know, it's funny, actually.
He's finding it difficult to focus his...
What?
Keep him talking.
This guy. Oh, this is Here's medicinal spirits, the good stuff. I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink. Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go. It really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of hell. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Those arseholes charged me £4 to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all. But the idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingies. Swipe 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila. What's left is
А это случайно не муж этой в коляске?
98.7% almost pure alcohol. 2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for £3. If
Don't say it.
£3 and it's yours, friend.
Well done. You got it. That's a much more reasonable price right there. Makes sense now.
Hi, by amphetamine I mean speed.
Подожди, я подразумеваю спиды. Я думал, просто спидами ты подошедший автомобилями.
Hi, what I said. Good, my man. Now what can I... Oh, the system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her. You see, friend, man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor ex-squeeze. Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at me now. I got everyone on my hook.
The hook. Where is it? I can't see it.
Ой, что это внезапно это все светлое стало? Погода поменялась?
Hook 'em and cook 'em, huh? You want to buy something? Let's keep it moving. In the civilized world,
Потом.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking. Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn. Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you.
О,
The sound of the sea has grown distant.
я Гарри.
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the...
Где он собачку сбил, Гарри?
go. Nice and easy. No way out.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging.
Who's there? Oh, the police.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
А, нет, вот муж этой колясочницы.
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it. To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881. Oh, good. We should really be getting back.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary! We can go soon! If you see...
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going. Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds. Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a
Привиденьевые.
ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. And I suspect it may have also developed other specialized techniques to protect itself from predators or scientists in our present case. It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding, but I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Будет забавно, если все эти наркоманские бредни про каких-то непонятных существ окажутся правдой.
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So, typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than that. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long. Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts. Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence.
I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than...
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition. There was a credible sighting here recently. A pair of teenagers described a creature that matched the Insulindian It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient.
He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick. Yes. Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course, but we've hypothesized that the
Inside the traps, a number of locusts, a meat-eating stick insect. Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps. They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of...
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoa...
Yes. What? I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids it's not child's play. Just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often. Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does. My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And no, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid, although I have...
Interesting. Something for later, this close call.
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. Just of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemnee, which is 4,082 items long. 2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stage. Yes, the Chateauquan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Grad, who is, honestly, we cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves. More so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching. Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will...
He has clearly done his math on this. There is no surprising him or swaying his opinion.
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper...
He's interested in things that people believe that scientists don't.
Most establishment scientists only care about reputation and remuneration, not yes? Alright. What cryptids precisely?
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it. You need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptids...
A willow person. It's a long story.
Willow people? Not at all.
They're not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals. As they seem to have evolved they're very, very thin. Almost flat, in fact. And can camouflage themselves easily. Wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, they're not... You probably have. Gary and I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paint. It was a bright lavender colour. After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees. I chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant.
A lavender shadow.
I know you think we were snacking on funny mushrooms. It's easier to mock. Furthermore, I'm not saying it was a confirmed sighting. I'm painfully aware of what goes into verifying such things. There is a serious possibility that I saw a...
He makes it a real point here to sound falsifiable.
I see you've been talking about cryptids with Lena. We travelled to South Safra to look for it once. Yet the search was fabulously unsuccessful.
What? South Safra? They're just on a different rung of the ladder.
Really? You kept complaining of...
They're a nascent culture. I just didn't feel comfortable. And let's change the topic, okay? Talk about...
Formerly the most dangerous, yes. But do you know the most dangerous living cryptid? The most dangerous cryptid is a carnivorous ruminant, known colloquially as the dread moose. Yes, the dread moose subsists entirely on flesh. It has even been known to dig up fresh graves in search of sustenance. Human remains have been found deep in the forest, torn apart, then trampled into them just like an ordinary Arden moose. You can't. That's what makes it so dreadful and hard to identify.
A moose that looks like any other moose. What's going on here? He's kidding, right?
Of course you do.
The bodies found in the forest are just one piece of physical evidence. There's more. Sightings in Vasa.
A detective. Pardon me, I did not wish to seek conflict. It's simply my training to question thieves.
Understood, Lieutenant. That's impressive, I guess. But have you seen it with your own eyes? I haven't had a chance to travel to Coco Nor. No. I fear this mindless barbarism may have wiped out the elusive creature entirely. Sightings of
Yes. Sightings of mirages are constant. A mirage is a constant phenomenon that people have known. It remains unclear what this has got to do with you seeing it, as he was inquiring before. He was just being...
Oh, everyone knows about that one. Thanks, although, probably because her life ended as a result of her work in Gutler. No one remembers her contributions to a flightless cursor owl found in the Seminine Isles. Its long legs permit the Nongbok to run when it's not hunting its prey in this manner. Yok hangs from tree branches, like a bat. Mijanu liked extreme animals, you see. One of the few figures of the academic establishment I respect. Oh, decades ago. In the 30s. I didn't know her personally, of course. The chasm of academic pretension still stood before us. Even though she had unusual courage for someone from the other side.
Этот диалог дочитаем.
No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back. Me? Not a people. By all means, and I'm eager to return to her. I assure my wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morale. We've been...
And leave the traps? Absolutely not.
Come on. She wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting. On record. One of only 4 this century. And it's hers. Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now. No. The traps need to be monitored.
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Indeed. Both require a great deal of research, attention to detail. There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there. On your way to the old raid, the third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them... You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technique.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture? Is it?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure that...
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a... It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week. Wise choice.
I hope you're not buying this. It dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-finance.
Right, which means you two can pack up and...
Finally.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I...
Где? Спадки. Что запустим? Нихера себе тут людей набежало. А поздно уже, все, пора, споки-ноки. Всем спадки. Чмоки.